dealing with a lot of information. I'm sure when you first began, you talk about experience, right? When you first began, you must have been terrified. So I do eventually want to ask you that. But you're dreaming in option chains. There's a lot of information coming at you. You talked a little bit, you hinted at the fact that you took some time off in 08 to get healthy. How's a trader's lifestyle? Like sleep-wise, stress-wise? Or do you get to a point where you can actually be a trader, process all that information and be in perfect health and everything's peachy, hunky-dory? Like, how do you deal with the mental stress of it all?
You're a little bit of a crackhead. I mean, it's like not like literally, but like, yeah, I was a different person in my 20s, right? Like being on the floor and all that, it was man, you didn't sleep well, and you didn't work very long hours, especially when I went over to commodities. The hours were pretty short, but and the other thing is too is this. I should say this. There is actually a lot of boredom in the job. There's a ton of boredom. Poker is a great analogy for it because you're folding a lot of hands. But if the market wasn't busy, I mean, you guys know now. I mean, even if on a quiet day, it feels like there's not a whole lot to do. And you would have plenty of days like that. The summers felt like that. Summers were boring. It's like maybe the open and the close are busy, but you're just shooting the shit all day, like with the guys around you, right? It's very it's not so high strung all the time. So what you had to do is, the analogy people used to use, I think is pretty fair. It's like you're a fireman, right? It's like, that bell goes off, right. Yeah. And you go into fight or flight mode. You got to get up you got to be, you got to get fired up. You go into that pit in the morning. It's like, every morning over your team, like it's like fist bumps all around. All right, huddle up, let's go. Like we're going to get after it today. And then you hit the sort of slow part in the day, and like, everyone's sitting on the stairs in the pit and kind of chilling out. So it's sprints and rests, and it's always stressful because even when because the rests usually are coinciding with losing money. Resting is usually bad. You're sad. It's like, it's like being an actor and you don't have a gig, right? So that's, I would say that the boredom can be difficult. The losing money can be difficult. Again, as a market maker, your positions are oftentimes not things that you chose. So, you're hoping that you don't give up all the edge that you made trying to manage the position and hedge the position. So the stress is fairly constant, but it is when it's rocking and rolling, although it's all this information and all this stimulus, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
you're also probably not making the best decisions after trading hours either, right? Like you're not going directly from the pit to the gym and then from the gym to get your protein and veggies and then to bed by 9 a.m. right? Like
I mean, I was pretty good. I was pretty disciplined. I was not a guy that was going to go drink at the bar sort of afterwards every day. Like I actually didn't do that.
That's why you look bad and I look like this and we're the same age.
Yeah. It was you would go out with brokers. That's part of your workflow. You were going out with brokers a lot, but I was never, and honestly, I was like, even as young as sort of 30, I'd go out with brokers because it was fun, and some of them would become your friends, and also it's a great way to get information. But I don't need you to take me out till 3:00 in the morning, and like I don't need that. So, and I was never really that big into all that at the time. So I kind of managed to keep some semblance of balance there. I mean, your brokers have really, I think brokers' lives are extra crazy, especially the young guys that they have to hire who are in charge of entertaining. Their existence is nuts in my mind. Looks way like to me, I'm like, it's way harder existence than my existence. They have to always be on. They always have to make the customer happy. Like it's just different. I wouldn't be able to do that. But all of this was a game and it was fun. And, but what happened was like I said, the gas thing fizzled out. I got into silver, and then I went into cotton, and cotton in 2011 went into a short squeeze. I got a membership there and went into that pit. It was like one thing to the other. It was like silver went nuts, I'm going to do that. Cotton got nuts, I'm going to do that. Then to go all the way back and answer Adam's question from a half hour ago, that was when we realized, my partner and I had sat down and talked about it and said, look, we have now traded a lot of markets. I went into coffee. We started trading different things. We were doing the ETFs versus the futures. And that was when the matrix started to appear to us. We said, listen, let's go get a kid that knows how to code and let's build the spider web data, like a database, and we can see the web, and let's see if we can trade all this stuff as a book, as a portfolio. That was that happened then. At the same time, my partner started incubating or building a trend following model.